One, a PMF-based training module requires learners to interpret discrete probability values, which instructional strategy best supports adult learners who need immediate relevance to workplace scenarios. A, presenting PMF formulas without contextual examples. B, using real dataset problems aligned with job tasks. C, assigning lengthy theoretical proofs only. D, requiring memorization before application. 2. When designing PMF assessment items, which practice ensures valid evaluation of learner competence? A, using only recall questions to simplify scoring. B, aligning each PMF question with predefined learning outcomes. C, allowing questions to drift away from course objectives. D, removing all word problems for consistency. 3. A facilitator explains PMF concepts using workplace data. Which adult learning principle is being applied? A, adults avoid connecting learning to practice. B, adults prefer unrelated hypothetical examples. C, adults benefit from contextualized, goal-directed learning. D, adults reject applied problem solving. 4. While developing a PMF lesson plan, which element strengthens curriculum alignment? A, using random probability topics to fill time. B, mapping PMF outcomes to measurable performance indicators. C, replacing PMF topics with continuous distributions. D, adding extra topics not covered in assessments. 5. Which communication approach best supports diverse learners struggling with PMF notation? A, using overly technical explanations. B, delivering a single lecture without feedback. C, rephrasing concepts with visuals, analogies, and step-by-step guidance. D, discouraging learners from asking questions. 6. During PMF testing, which evaluation method provides the most reliable measurement? A, tests with ambiguous wording. B, assessments without scoring criteria. C, standardized items with consistent scoring rubrics. D, questions rewritten differently for every learner. 7. A mentor guiding a trainee through PMF interpretation should prioritize A, giving answers without explanation. B, encouraging independent analysis with targeted prompts. C, completing the assignment for the trainee. D, repeating the same explanation regardless of learner need. 8. Regulatory compliance for formal assessments requires PMF test questions to A, be confidential, secure, and aligned to competency standards. B, be freely shared online. C, include trick questions. D, ignore accessibility requirements. 9. Which PMF learning activity best promotes critical thinking? Memorizing PMF values. B, solving workplace case studies requiring probability-based decisions. C, copying examples from slides. D, listening passively to lectures. 10. An evaluator wants to ensure fairness in a PMF exam. What steps should be taken? A, use biased examples favoring certain groups. B, provide clear instructions and consistent testing conditions. C, allow different rules for different test takers. D, change scoring criteria mid-exam. 11. Instructors who integrate frequent checks for understanding while teaching PMF are practicing A, formative assessment. B, random questioning. Summative-only evaluation. D, non-interactive delivery. 12. When a candidate misinterprets PMF values, the mentor should A, criticize the learner publicly. B, provide guided correction using dialogue and reflection. C, ignore the error. D, tell the learner to study alone. 13. Which component is essential when designing PMF practice tests for adults? A, tasks linked to real decision-making contexts. B, unrelated math problems. C, excessively long theoretical derivations. D, arbitrary scoring rules. 14. For curriculum development, PMF content should be organized A, without regard for prerequisite knowledge, by increasing complexity from basic definitions to applied analysis. C, randomly across the unit. D, without clear structure. A facilitator explains PMF values using a workplace risk scenario. This aligns with A. Adult learning need for relevance. B. Irrelevant teaching methods. Memorization without context. D. Non-applicable instruction. Clear communication in PMF instruction includes avoiding diagrams. B. Using concise explanations, examples, and opportunities for questioning. C. Overloading slides with text. D. Reading formulas monotonously. To ensure assessment validity, PMF questions should A. Measure competencies defined in learning outcomes. Test unrelated topics. C. Be written inconsistently. D. Encourage guessing. 18. A mentor evaluating a trainee's PMF solution should A. Provide constructive feedback connected to performance criteria. B. Offer unrelated advice. C. Avoid giving feedback. D. Only praise without correction. 19. Adults learning PMF typically benefit from A. Immediate application to real tasks. B. Unrelated theoretical lectures only. C. Memorization without context. D. Passive listening. 20. Which approach best supports learner autonomy in PMF problem solving? Providing answers directly. B. Encouraging self-evaluation and reflection on strategy. C. Discouraging independent thinking. D. Limiting practice opportunities. Evaluation reliability in PMF tests improves when A. Scoring guidelines are standardized. B. Different graders use personal judgment. C. Items vary drastically in meaning. D. Scores depend on subjective interpretations. 22. Adult learners' motivation increases when PMF instruction A. Is practical, purposeful, and relevant. B. Ignores learner goals. C. Uses disconnected content. D. Avoids real-world applications. 23. A curriculum developer ensuring PMF regulatory compliance must A. Align materials with standards and maintain documentation. B. Skip alignment requirements. C. Use outdated references. D. Avoid record keeping. 24. In mentoring PMF learners, the most effective technique is A. Active listening and tailored guidance. B. Interrupting often. C. Using the same explanation for all learners. D. Discouraging questions. 25. PMF questions and assessments must be A. Clear, unbiased, and appropriately challenging. Confusing. Misleading. D. Unrelated to learning objectives. 26. A learner-centered PMF class includes A. Problem-solving discussions and collaborative analysis. B. Exclusive use of lecture. C. No interaction. D. Only silent reading. 7. When designing PMF assessments, alignment ensures A. Content matches objectives and instruction. B. Topics are chosen randomly. C. Tests are unrelated to training. D. Learners are surprised with unfamiliar concepts. Mentors facilitate better PMF understanding by A. Asking probing questions that guide reasoning. B. Giving solutions immediately. C. Minimizing interaction. D. Using irrelevant examples. 29. A program evaluator reviewing PMF test quality should check for A. Clarity, fairness, and alignment. Inconsistency. C. Hidden scoring criteria. Ambiguous language. 30. Adult learning theory suggests PMF instruction should A. Respect learner experience and build upon it. B. Ignore prior knowledge. C. Be unrelated to life tasks. D. Discourage participation. Communicating PMF rules effectively requires A. Simple language, structured steps, and visual supports. B. Overcomplicated terminology. Lack of examples. Fast-paced explanations. 32. Which PMF teaching method best supports collaborative learning? A. Group case studies using actual probability scenarios. B. Silent worksheets. C. Independent memorization. D. Individual exams only. 33. PMF assessments meet quality standards when they A. Produce consistent results across administrations. B. Change unpredictably. C. Are scored differently each time. D. Have varying instruction formats. 34. A mentor helping with PMF problem solving should avoid A. Creating an open, supportive learning environment. B. Using intimidation or negative language. C. Encouraging reflection. D. Providing structured guidance. Effective PMF curriculum development requires A. Sequencing lessons logically with integrated assessments. B. Writing lessons without goals. C. Removing practice opportunities. D. Avoiding real-world tasks. 36. Adult learners benefit most from PMF instruction that A. Includes active participation in real case application. B. Uses abstract theory only. C. Discourages engagement. D. Limits questions. The regulators require PMF tests to demonstrate A. Fairness, accuracy, transparency in scoring. Biased item design. C. Secret scoring rules. D. Arbitrary passing criteria. Communication in PMF evaluation improves when A. Feedback is actionable and linked to criteria. Feedback is vague. C. Feedback is withheld. D. Feedback is unrelated to performance. 39. A PMF lesson that begins with basic concepts before applied tasks demonstrates scaffolding. B. Random organization. C. Disconnected teaching. D. Non-sequence delivery.